Aaron Murray, who are your top 5 quarterbacks in week number 1?
All right. Do we want to go from 1 to 5?
I say go to 5 to 1. I like a little
Okay,
5
we'll
to
go 5
1.
to
Give
1.
me number 5 on the list.
All right, I'm going to go number 5. I'm going to go CJ Stroud, Ohio State. I mean, I was a little bit shocked by the way the game played itself out. Big props to Notre Dame. And you want to talk about a team that is going to benefit, obviously, from being a part of a 12-team playoff. And still, I think their chances are very much alive right now. They came out on fire, especially on the defense side of the football. Jackson Smith and Jigba goes out. Your top receiver's not there. And I thought what I saw from CJ is a guy that was not afraid to compete, a guy that wasn't afraid that, hey, my number one receiver, one of the best playmakers in America, is now on the bench. I don't care. Now you're talking about not just, the 2 guys they lost to the NFL last year. Now it's the 3 guys. Like, it was a 3-headed monster last year. And obviously that played into the success for CJ. Those 3 guys are gone. And Jackson is on the sidelines and is not really having a significant role. He went out there and just battled against a great defense in Notre Dame. That all-out blitz, cover 0, accepted the rush, retreated, threw an absolute dime for a touchdown. Love that. Absolutely love that. Once again, not the game that he was expecting, but still, you go out there against an elite defense like that, against a Marcus Freeman-led defense, which we know is always going to be very, very tough to contend against. I give him a lot of props without his number 1 guy. Still there as one of my favorites to win the Heisman this year. So I applaud him at that number 5 spot. Spencer Sanders, career game for Oklahoma State. 6 total touchdowns, 406 yards. Game got a little bit crazy there late on. It wasn't the defense's fault.
I missed that.
I thought what?
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. That was awful, dude. I can't believe I just interrupted you with something that added nothing to the conversation. I need to keep those thoughts in my internal monologue. No, I miss Spencer Sanders being that good, right? I don't know why. I miss the Oklahoma State stat line, but that's impactful because that could be a very good team if Spencer Sanders can show that improvement.
Well, if he can just protect the football, I think the nugget, and it was a lesser opponent, so let's not go crazy here. He should be putting up those video game type numbers against who they played. And, but he did it and he didn't turn the ball over. I think that is what Oklahoma State fans are hoping this year, that, hey, you eliminate the giving the ball to their team. And if he continues to play like that, I'm with you. I think right now you look at that conference, you look at the Big 12, Oklahoma looked good, Baylor looked good, but it's still pretty wide open. Oklahoma has a chance to be very, very competitive. It's going to rely on him and his arm and his legs and obviously protecting the football. So I think a great start for him to get this season going. I'm going to go number 3, and I know this one's going to, pain you a little bit, but Jordan Travis, FSU. Yeah. I think you and I were in the same boat here, T-Bob. We thought he was complete crap. I was. I mean, you look at last year, you look at FSU, you're like, I don't like this kid. He's not a good thrower of the football. So I'm still not sure. Was it him or was it LSU's defense? We'll find out. But for one night, and I'm going to say it was Jordan Travis. For one night, he was on it, man. He was eluding the rush. He was making plays with his legs. Third down, the money down. We call third down the money down. Third down, he was on absolute fire the entire football game, conversion after conversion, keeping their offense on the field. So, man, big shout out to him. He looked like a completely different quarterback than what I've seen in the past. And if Florida State's going to get that out of him this year in that conference, which we saw struggle mightily this entire weekend, Florida State's going to have a chance to win a lot of football games this year, which is great for Mike Norvell. Number 2, Anthony Richardson. Wow. Maybe. And I got some Georgia fans that are getting a little testy with me last night. We're having some Twitter wars back and forth here. Wow. Like, you saw it last year. Like, you saw the talent. You'd watch the film and you'd see him making plays with his legs, making plays with his arm. And you know that he was just one hell of a naturally gifted athlete. And obviously there was mistakes here and there. In the Georgia game, a lot of people point to. But he can make incredible plays. You knew it. Versus Utah, new coaching staff. He's the guy. How does he handle that pressure? And over again, he looked just phenomenal. I mean, throwing the football smooth, running the football smooth, third down, fourth down. I don't care, coach. Put the ball in my hands. I'm going to be a playmaker. Huge win for the Gators. Huge win for him. if he keeps playing like that and he's going to have an opportunity to prove himself again this weekend versus Kentucky at home, he is going to continue to climb into the discussions of a Heisman candidate, and he's going to give Florida a chance to win a lot of football games this year if he continues to play like that, which I think he can. My number one, and I'm happy, week one of my top 10 or top 5, quarterbacks, it feels good to do it, and it feels good that I get to give it to my boy. Number one, Stetson Bennett. The stud. Dude. Well, damn. I mean, it looked, like Thursday practice or Friday practice, however you work your week. You kind of get the script ahead of time. You know the defense. You know what you're going to get. You know where the ball is going to go. It's really scripted to have success, and you want to go out there and essentially complete all your balls. It's an hour-long practice. You're in, you're out. Everyone feels good. Let's now rest the legs for Saturday. That's what it looked like. It looked like Stetson had the playbook for Oregon. He knew where he was going to go with the football. He was dealing it, receivers, running backs, tight ends. I don't care, man. Just boom, boom, boom. I mean, at one point, his only completions really were him having to roll the pocket because of pressure and throw the ball away. Yeah. By far the best I've ever seen. I know it was over-talked during the offseason, but the fact that he's been awarded that much time to be the starting quarterback, to get those reps, you really had an opportunity to see that come out in that ball game versus Oregon. One of the best, cleanest first games I've ever seen in my life against a quality opponent. Stetson Bennett, you earned the nickname Stetson after that performance versus Oregon.
I mean, he's straight up in the Heisman conversation now. And again, if you're looking at Stetson's numbers, don't even look at the full game, because like all Georgia games, the second half doesn't matter. First half, I think he was like 18 to 21, maybe 254, multiple touchdowns, 7 different receivers hit. Aaron, can I offer an outside looking in for the top 5 QBs group? Because I fell in love with a young teen man over the weekend. Mm-hmm. And it's the man up in the Appalachians, or at least that's where he was playing this week. Drake May. How about the redshirt freshman from North Carolina, dude? Drake May, 24 of 36, 352 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks through the air. And then he tacks on 12 carries, 76 yards, and another touchdown on the ground. We talking 5 tuds and over 500 total yards, and they win 63-61. By the way, App State scored 40 points in the fourth quarter and lost a football game. I don't know. I don't know how to rep 40.
He may be saying, why did I leave that comfy seat at the SEC network for this?
Is it even Gene's fault?
What did they give up the first game?
I'll have
to partly
check.
His fault.
No, I get it, but I'm saying, this is like exactly what what North Carolina, like for years, this is what they've been doing. They're just shit at defense. I mean, I don't
take the job. Don't take the job.
40 points in the fourth, but they won. They won because you know why? Gene Chizik came through and they stopped that 2-point conversion. How about that, Aaron? Okay, and when it matters most, Chizik bowed up. He is pretty swole, actually.